evening, everyone. Welcome to another Tamo Junto SF. Tamo Junto SF, it's community-oriented media here being pirates every night on Facebook from 8 to 9 p.m. in California, 11 p.m. on the East Coast, and midnight to 1 a.m. in Brazil. Would like to say hi to everyone that's here with us tonight. I see Daíse Amarante representando. Dave Rinell, thanks for coming by. Mônica Amado, Cyril Williams, and also reminding everyone that this show would not be possible without Brazil Best Magazine. Brazil Best is your channel for the Brazilian community in the San Francisco Bay Area. Please visit brazilbest.com. Celso Braz, obrigado por tudo que você faz, cara. Uma força excelente. You just heard Zila. Zila is a track from Quarteto Jacare. Quarteto Jacare, it's a very interesting mix. Two Brazilians, two Americans, two Brazilians with American influences, two Americans with Brazilian influences. Please let me bring to the screen and introduce you to all these fellas here with me tonight. All at once in 3, 2, 1, boom. Here is Scott Thompson, Rebecca Kleiman, Rafael Amarante, and Rafael Barata. E aí, rapaziada, faz barulho! Very cool. We even have a Smurf. Look at that.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. We're here. Yeah.
Bro, I got his guitar.
Oh, yeah? No, tonight's going to be something. Well, let me start with Rafael Amarante here. Rafael, you're in São Paulo now, correct?
I'm living actually in a small city, like 1 hour driving from São Paulo, in the middle of the jungle.
Paraibuna? Is that the town you're at?
No, it's Jarinu.
Jarinu, rapaz. E você prefere falar português ou inglês? Porque aqui this is a hybrid show, guys. Our audiences, they speak Portuguese, English, Spanish. Aqui é generalizado. This last tune we just heard is called Zila. And I heard that's the name of your grandma. Is that true?
Yeah, that's true, bro. I wrote for her.
Oh, yeah? How did that come about? Dia você acordou assim e falou, porra, vó, toda aquela maravilha que você fez, vou escrever esse sonzinho aqui pra você. Como é que foi essa história aí?
Não, na verdade, eu tava aí nos Estados Unidos com saudade daquela comidinha brasileira.
Eita,
Lembrei da
maravilha.
comida dela e falei, pô. E saudade, né? É uma pessoa muito incrível, assim, sou muito grato a ela. Uma pessoa muito especial, daí... E eu gosto de compor assim com alguma fonte de inspiração. Uma pessoa, uma situação, ou os corvos dançando, né? Que é a última música que...
Não, a gente vai ter aqui. Vamos contar a história de todas as canções. E vamos contar a história de Quarteto Jacare também. Quem é que foi a primeira pessoa que falou, olha, vamos... A gente tá aqui fazendo esse bem bolado, vamos fazer essa coisa aí que é uma mistura de jazz com bossa, como você define as influências de Quarteto Jacare e quem é que foi que deu o pontapé inicial?
Foi Scott. Foi Scott que teve a ideia.
Scott Thompson, I just heard you gave the initial kick on the butt for Jacare to come together. How did that come to you?
Well, yeah, thanks for asking. So, Rafael Amarante was living here for a while already at this point, maybe like a year or two, and had become great friends and played a lot. Me and him and Rebecca, and we found out Rafael Barata was coming into town, and I was like, I think we could do something pretty nice with these 4 musicians here, and I floated the idea, and everybody was down, and Rebecca was like amazing. She just like booked a bunch of gigs, and before you knew it, we had a tour lined up and a recording session, and you know, we all write music, so
right on.
It's original music. You know.
And let me ask you, I met you, it's been almost 10 years, if not more. You were playing with Boca do Rio, if I'm not mistaken. When did you get involved with Brazilian music? What was the story there?
I'm sorry, the internet just cut out really quick.
Oh, yeah,
What
no,
was your question?
I was saying that I met you. You were playing with Boca do Rio like a long time, not a long time ago, but about 10 years ago. And how did you first get involved with Brazilian music? Because you're born and raised in the U.S., right? How did Brazilian music first hit you?
Yeah, that's great question. So yeah, and I used to love playing with Boca do Rio. It's been a little while since we played together, but shout out to Kevin and Alex and all those guys, man, great guys. Um, but I started playing Brazilian music actually when I was like in high school, I would say. I started studying with Marcos Silva, but I kind
Ah,
of
Maestro Marco Silva. Okay.
grew up listening to Marcos and Viva Brazil and Intersection, Toninho Horta, Flor Purim and Aerto, all these guys. Because my mom played, she still plays, but she was playing in those groups at the time.
And why Jacare?
That's a funny
Oh,
thing.
it's
I
because
wasn't
Something I never
yeah,
really understood. Yeah.
I think I remember. I think it's because we did actually a tour with the three of us with a different drummer before this. A couple different drummers actually. We just picked up drummers along the trip, and we went body surfing in San Diego. Right? How do you say? How do you say? Mano
They
jacaré.
told them,
Jacare.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
this called
classic.
Jacare in Brazil, you
I,
know?
and
Yeah.
yeah, I'm pretty sure that has to be coming from either Barata or Rafael Amarante. Who threw the jacaré in the mix?
Amarante.
Me.
Amarante.
I never really understood this jacaré.
Ô Barata, você é um você é carioca, não?
Yeah.
E como você não entende jacaré, velho? Jacaré é coisa de sapo do interior, igual eu e
Não, não, não,
Rafael.
não. Eu sei o que é o jacaré, mas eu nunca entendi por que eles botaram o nome do quarteto de jacaré, pô.
Pô, tá aí agora, ó. Rafael
Pois é.
Barata ao vivo entendendo o porquê do nome da banda.
Pô, tanto animal legal. Os animais mais amistosos, pô. Jacaré vem, creu, pô.
But that's also not a bad thing,
creu.
because then the band, like Rebecca Kleiman was already aggressive getting gigs and trying to put the tour together. That's how the Jacare goes about it, huh?
That's true. That's true. That's Rebecca's
Just ride of the wave.
Jacaré.
Rebecca's style.
I mean,
Oh.
she's saying it's about the swimming, but that's not true. Now you got it. I agree with you. That's Jacaré spirit. That's her.
That's the spirit. So
moving
you guys ended up. So that was a good good excuse to start playing together. You guys were living in the Bay Area, and now you're not necessarily. Scott and Rebecca, you're both still in the Bay Area, correct?
Yep.
And Rafael is now back in São Paulo. Barata is in Rio, and then
I
you
was,
guys.
I was,
You
I
go.
was actually about to be there right now,
Oh,
but
yeah,
I got stuck here in South America, so I can't really go. But as soon
Well,
as
you
we
guys-
have the flights back, I'll be there.
You guys just met in Brazil not very long ago, just before Carnival, right?
In January.
Oh, that's
That's
cool.
right.
And you guys got to play a few tunes there. And these recordings, where did they come from? When did you guys record that?
They came from last June or July when we did that tour here.
Okay, and the videos also.
Yeah, there was one night in LA. I couldn't find a gig for that one. It was like a Wednesday night, and so we just booked a recording session, and we recorded the whole thing in one night there.
Haha, you see, that's what's happening a lot with Corona these days. You can play music. Let's record a bunch of new stuff. And well, speaking of those videos, I would like to go ahead and play one of those because they look great. And this next tune we're gonna play here, written by Scott Thompson, it's called "Cortando Cebola." So, but Scott, when you wrote this tune, was it already called Cortando Cebola, or someone said, "Oh, it makes me cry, so it's gotta be like cutting the onion"?
No. When I wrote it, it didn't have a title, and it went through a couple different names, and we ended up calling it Cortando Cebola, but for a couple reasons. One, I love to cook, and that's part of preparing many meals. You got to cut the onions first. And another is it's kind of an homage to my mentor Marco Silva, who has a great song "Peeling Onions," and
Nice.
so it was a little wink to Marcos as well.
Right on. All right, let's have it. I'm gonna go ahead and play Cortando Cebola here. Quarteto Jacare.
That's for Scott. That's cut it onions right now. Here.
All right, share sound,
Cheers.
share video. Here we go. Is that working? No, not yet. Bam. Tamo junto SF com Quarteto Jacare. It almost a tear started rolling down my eyes here, Scotty. Well, that's a
Yeah.
great video, guys. Where'd you guys shoot that?
It's called Private Island Studios in LA.
Oh, that's fun. So that gig that got canceled, apparently it was a really good thing that happened to you guys after all, right?
Yeah, it actually never, yeah, we just couldn't find a gig that night. So yeah, that's what we did that night.
Right
That was
on.
super nice, actually. That was in Hollywood, right? And
Hmm.
yeah, we had. I mean, I had so much fun that day. It was a little bit
Rafael,
Man, do you
and let me.
remember the
crazy,
mission
but
to put the drum set together for that session?
oh yeah, yeah. Wow, we did
Oh
a
man,
like we did some crazy adventure, right?
yeah,
I remember we drove to Zildjian, we drove to Tama,
yep.
we drove to all those headquarters in order to get the gear. And somebody actually at the very last minute hooked us up with some hardware. You
Well,
guys remember?
you guys were not traveling with backline, and then you needed to get a drum set from somewhere.
Yeah, no, no. Actually, that little tour was this drum set debut. Now I can talk about on my behalf. The Tama. This is a Tama Star kit, made handmade in Japan for me.
Oh
Yes,
wow! So
and that was yeah,
endorsed.
yes, and that was the very first you know play I did, because the drum got delivered in Berkeley, actually, in Bay Area.
Oh, that's
I was
nice.
smart enough to send the drum kit straight from Japan to there, and then I went to Bay Area to meet these guys, get the kit, and tour around. And so we had really fun. I was in love with the drum kit and with the music and with my friends. Like the whole week was like super fantastic. Yeah.
That's nice.
And
Hey,
then we ended
Rafael,
up like recording this. That was such a special happening.
Barata, what's your story with the Bay Area? When did you start coming up here?
Man, I mean, I've been going to Bay Areas like probably the very first, maybe 10 years ago. I mean, I've been playing with this Brazilian artist that based in New York, Miss Eliane Elias.
Ah, I do know Eliane Elias. Yeah,
Yeah,
I met Romero Lubambo because of her presentation over at SF Jazz. Were you playing with her at SF Jazz
that
then?
was me. That was
Oh,
me at the
cool.
time.
Right
Yeah,
on,
yeah.
right on.
So, yeah, so I believe like probably my very first time in SF was to play in SF Jazz, and I've been playing in SF Jazz quite a few times.
Oh, right on. I was her stage manager then. I was probably wearing black and behind the scenes where nobody can see me.
That's cool.
Because
But yeah,
that's
I mean, that was that. This city is really lovely, and I somehow I feel like Rio de Janeiro spirit right there. Maybe the hills, you know, the
the
I was talking
ocean.
about,
Also,
yeah. There's not too many, subways. It's like Rio, and you guys have the trolley, which reminds me like Rio de Janeiro back in the days. Even I couldn't join those trolleys here, but the whole vibe, is super super cool. And these guys, they're such a great heart, so they're kind of, yeah, they make me fall in love with everything, and
that's nice. And
happening.
we've been talking to a lot of Bay Area Brazilian influenced artists and musicians, and everyone somehow connects back to California Brazil camp. And I know Scott, you've been to Brazil camp. Rebecca, you've been to Brazil camp. Rafael, I'm not sure Amarante if you
No,
actually
never
went,
been.
but Rebecca, well, I know some of your backstory on how you got involved with Brazilian music, but how did you meet Scott? And I know I remember when you met Rafael. I'm not sure if it was in one of Dona Francisca's rehearsals, but you and Scott go back a little longer, right?
Yeah, I met him at the California Brazil camp. And actually, I went to Brazil camp in the first place because I went to the Blue Note in New York City to see Ayrto. And You know, the Blue Note, there was like you had to go up the stairs to go to the bathroom, and I was on my way up the stairs, and I passed Marco Silva, and I had some like weird pants on. He had made some comment about my pants.
Uh-oh.
Anyway, I started a conversation with him. They were like these lace-up pants, and he made some joke about like, oh, it must take a long time to, I don't know. Anyway, he made some silly. It wasn't offensive.
It's
It was
just
just
being
funny.
the Brazilian that he is, right?
Yeah. And anyway, we started talking. I was like, yeah, I'm about to move to California. And he was like, you have to go to California Brazil camp. He was like, you have to go. Just trust me. Just go. I was like, all right, all right, all right. And so I went. I think that was 2001 or two, maybe two.
Wow. Okay, cool.
And yeah, and I met Scott there. Yeah, right towards the beginning there when I first went.
Yeah, I've been trying to get Richard Rice and Dennis Broughton here at the show, but then
Oh, it's
Richard wrote me back saying, "I don't think Dennis understands the technology."
ah,
It's okay. I'll
it's
call
Yeah, we
him.
can
yeah,
set him
Yeah,
up.
man, come
We
I'll
can
on,
set
call
him
him
up.
on the phone.
not that hard.
We'll do something.
Yeah.
But anyways, I just
I'll
wanted
bug him
to.
for you.
Yeah, I wanted to shine a light on California Brazil Camp because indeed it has been a great resource and a place of great encounters. A lot of incredible Brazilian musicians and lovers of Brazilian music come to California Brazil Camp, and that has ignited a lot of different projects. And I look at the songs you guys sent and asked who wrote what, and it seems like everyone's been writing music for this project, which is really amazing. How did you guys pick what's gonna be performed and recorded? Do you do Jacare? Do you fist fight? What's how do you pick the songs? Rafael Amarante, fala aí.
I think it was like a natural, thing. We start play together, and we played some tunes in old projects, and kind of like the vibe of some songs. And when we get together for the Jacare thing, we chose the ones we really liked. I think it was like that.
And it's been pretty democratic because we played Zila first, that was written by Rafael. We played Cortando Cebola, and now we're gonna play Pai by Rebecca Kleiman. Rebecca, shine a light on Pai. Did you choose the title as well?
Yeah, I wrote this tune for my dad, and so it's called Dad.
And that song also came out in one of your solo records, right? I think I've heard a version in one of your records.
It's this one actually.
Oh,
This is
is
what you
this?
heard.
Yeah, oh, you use this in the
I'm
same.
pretty sure.
I know. I remember just seeing in the track list from a record of yours that I was designing a cover to.
I think from a long time ago. Yeah, it must have been from another one.
And how's that?
I recorded a long time ago with a quartet I had called Elemento Quartet with Dusty Bruff and cellist Myra Joy, and Tobias Roberson and Miles J on bass.
Nice.
So this is like
Let's
the re-release.
let's check it out. You're gonna listen to Pai by Quarteto Jacaré here at Tamo Junto. We'll be right back. All right, everyone. So this was Pai by Quarteto Jacare here, written by Rebecca Kleiman. They're here with us live at Tamo Junto. I would like to remind everyone that this show would not be possible without the support of Brazil Best Media, your channel for news on the Brazilian community in the San Francisco Bay Area. I would like to send shout outs, Zeni Freitas, Katia Lund, Lilian Puga, Monica Amado, Daniel Camargo, Jerry Kennedy, folks that are here with us right now. Also, reminding you all that a lot of us that work in the music business have lost our gigs and our income. And Rebecca placed the Venmo handle. If you like to send some money to Quarteto Jacare, please do so. I encourage you to donate. Go to Venmo Rebecca dash Kleiman right there and drop some money. See if you want to see this continue. The music, the art that you've been consuming in the times of despair, they all come from this amazing folks right here. Let me bring them right back with you. Please help me salute Scott Thompson, Rebecca Kleiman, Rafael Barata, and Rafael Amarante. Are we back or what?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just $1,000, say Barata.
It's just for the for the basic supplies.
Just for the cost of production, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to do this thing. Guys,
No.
and I actually would like to dive into this issue really quickly because, we've been talking to a lot of folks that rely on live shows for a living, and we already work quite a bit from home. So we write from home, we prepare our classes from home, and we're having to learn super quick how to readapt to this new reality where everything is online, and we have to deal with the technology, the latencies and everything that's involved there. I just want to go around and see how everyone is coping. Rafael Amarante, como é que você se readaptou aí em São Paulo, cara? Foi rápido? Você passou a dar aulas online? Como é que ficou a sua história aí?
Cara, tá sendo. Quer que responde em português?
I guess we should continue speaking English, right? Because most of
Yeah.
our audience is here. It's like Jacare. You go, Ravel.
Okay, it's not easy, but I am teaching for a conservatory here from a city closer here, Jundiaí. And we have to create online groups, online classes, and it's pretty challenging, but I think we are doing well. The most important thing is the message. It's online or in person, doesn't matter. What matters is the heart, the technology, and and keep teaching and writing music as much as we can. The thing
Keep
have to
that
keep it moving.
flame burning.
Yeah, keep
Yeah.
the flame burning, bro.
Yeah, Rebecca, you jumped in really quickly. I've seen your, just turning this thing around and getting your things on either a cappella or what platforms have you been using these days?
I use acapella quite a bit from the beginning, and then actually I have a video editor friend who has been editing some other ones for me that haven't come out yet. Um, because I'm actually I've got a bunch of them that I've said I would do now, so I'm just finishing them slowly because I actually, like Rafael, I'm also teaching school online. I teach kids. So I have about 700, 800 kids that I teach. Um,
700?
Oh my god.
yeah, plus the 15 or 16 private students. So I'm actually working a lot. My eyes and ears are tired from the online, but I'm really grateful to have some work. It's not as much as I had before, but it feels like I'm working really hard. And but it's amazing, connecting with these kids, and I can tell they really are appreciating it. I'm giving them assignments like make instruments at home out of, you know, find a toilet paper roll and put some beads or some rocks inside and cover the ends and make a shaker. And these kids are coming up with some really creative things, and they're really excited about music. So I'm enjoying that, even though it feels really challenging sometimes. But I'm happy to connect with them, and it makes me really happy to see their faces.
That's very
Uh,
cool. But
yeah.
and that actually leads into the question of the week. Uh, I will start with Rafael Barata here because he's the carioca of the group, and he lives in the na cidade maravilhosa, and there again lots of downsides to the pandemic, lots of new challenges and difficulties that are being understood as we go. But on the flip side, there's a lot of positive coming out of it. Time for reflection and a lot of like just space to meditate, to realize other things. What's for you has been a good positive side of this pandemic, Rafael?
All right. So for me, I've been like touring all over the world for basically 2 decades already, and like nonstop, like this last 10 years, like nonstop. And I mean, it's amazing. I really feel like that's my mission, and I'm really professional what I do, like traveling everywhere. I have the skills for it because it's not only about to play, but how to behave on the road, like
Yeah,
deal with
be
it.
be a
And
good
most of
team
the
player and standing the road challenges.
Yeah, and most of the time, good part of those tours, I start by myself. I meet the band, so this gets too much. And what I feel right now, it's like since I've been doing this for a long time, I've been accumulating. Can I say this?
Of course, yeah,
Accumulating.
accumulating.
Yeah, things, and I can't really make them. And what I want to believe right now, it's like that's the time to concentrate and clean up my life. And I want to believe like I'm having an opportunity to take care of my life, not only my life as a Raphael, but my family and my projects, since to fix, a little draw or, whatever I have to do it. I believe like after I clean and take care of everything, then the world, sorry, That was not a.
The world
The
will
world is
start turning
ready. It's
again.
ready to move. That's it. Yes, yes. So I think like it works for everybody, because otherwise they're gonna freak out, and we can't freak out. We have to understand like that's a beautiful opportunity to, clean up, do things you're not doing. For example, I mean, I have my own drum studio. I for like over than 10 years I do my drum tracks. People send me tracks, I record to, remotely to everywhere. But I never could really stop and concentrate all the power there, because we have to keep, going back and forth. So
On the
that's
go.
kind of
Yeah.
secondary thing. Even I've been investing, energy and, things. So I believe like right now I'm just like improving my skills, like, you know, very nicely,
That's cool, man. Yeah.
And
So you out there that's watching right now, if you're like biting your nails because you're ready to get out of the house, chill out. Wait another second there, because we don't know what's actually going to happen, and it's better if you stay home if you can afford it. Scotty, what's going on with you, man? I saw you got some new lighting there, and that's very sexy. Yeah, yeah, I like the space. And how have you been adapting, and what kind of lesson is coronavirus teaching you, man?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's been kind of like a little wave for me. Like I'll be super inspired and do a lot of writing and recording videos and doing online lessons, and then there'll just be like some kind of downtime where I'm like, wow, man, I really miss playing live music. I really miss playing with my people, man. And in those times, it's tough, But I have some amazing friends and family that I can reach out to, and that that they say, no matter what, you can always call me. You can always talk, and that makes it better.
Yeah, that's actually a great one, man. If you're there bored thinking, what the hell am I gonna do? Call friends and family. Friends
Yeah,
and family.
it's great.
I've been able to reconnect to so many people. It's been amazing, because if we were all on the run again, like God knows where Barata would be at this moment. He would probably be in Istanbul, in Turkey, and then Scott would be traveling up north and down south. Rafael would be running around doing classes. Rebecca would be teaching 1,400 students. God knows what would be happening if we did not have the planet telling us to stop and wait for another second. With that being said, waiting and stopping, we're getting close to our 9 o'clock hour, guys. It's been great to have you here at Tamo Junto SF. We're going to talk about this last tune that Rafael Amaranti wrote called Crow's Dance. Rafael, how did this one come about?
Actually, I was hanging in I think was a Daily City point of view, and the
In the
sky in the
fog.
no, actually was a pretty amazing, beautiful blue sky
Oh,
day,
I remember the place you used to live right on the hill there.
Yeah, it was on the other side looking to the ocean. It was in Daly City, beautiful day. These days only happen in Bay Area, pretty inspiring. And when I arrived there, I stopped the car and I was thinking the life, enjoying the sky. I saw a bunch of crows flying and they were super, tight and looks like they were dancing. And then the song, I arriving home and we were about to go in this tour with the Jacare. And I spent all my night thinking and I did some movies from the crows. And when I arrived home, I spent all the night writing the songs, watching the videos, remember the feeling. And bro, I can still feel that feeling, looking to the ocean, looking the Bay Area sky and It was amazing. And I wrote this masterpiece.
Nice. You can feel the crows dance now with us here at Tamo Junto. We'll be right back. Watch the video. And then when we return, we're about to say bye-bye. This was Crow's Dance by Quarteto Jacare. And we're here live with Quarteto Jacare. One more time, I would like to remind everyone this show would not be possible without Brazil Best Magazine, our media channel for the Brazilian community in the Bay Area, BrazilBest.com. I would like to thank one more time everyone that clicked on our show, Tamo Junto SF tonight. We're here every night from 8 to 9 p.m. West Coast, 11 to midnight East Coast, and 12 to 1 a.m. in Brazil. I would like to thank Guilherme Tetamante, que passou aqui, John Randall, Lilian Puga, Mary Fettig, Ross Elstes from SF Jazz, Ivana from our Forró community, Danilo Matos, John P. Douglas is here with us tonight, Danilo Portugal, and everyone that supports Brazilian music in the Bay Area. Thank you so much. Galera, I would like to thank you now. Barata, valeu, irmão. Grande abraço, muito obrigado pela presença, pela disponibilidade aí. And keep it real, man. You gotta keep it Rio de Janeiro with us.
Yeah.
I think Rebecca has one more thing to say.
Rebecca, come on, bring it in.
We're gonna say, come on down. All right. We are, if you guys like the music you heard tonight, we're offering the MP3 downloads plus the sheet music for $15. So I put my email address there and my Venmo in there, so you can either just send it to my Venmo with a note with your email, or you can write me. So if you like that, we'll make sure that you get that.
Special offer for you here at Tamo Junto, guys. So take advantage of that and support this beautiful music from Quarteto Jacare. Scotty, valeu, irmão. Thank you so much for being with us. Rafael,
Valeu!
a gente se vê nas quebradas aí. Rebecca.
Obrigado pelo convite. Foi uma honra participar aqui. E vamos pensar positivo, que logo, logo estaremos juntos.
Absolutely, you guys. So you stay tuned for a couple more days in your place, wherever you are, and be careful, because the authorities might not necessarily be concerned with your protection and your health. So if you're in Brazil, especialmente você do Brasil que está aí sem saber o que fazer, porque Joãozinho fala que você tem que trabalhar, mas Mário Alberto fala que você não tem, tome cuidado. Confie somente na autoridade médica e quem realmente se importa com você. Alright, guys, we did this. Quarteto Jacaré, tamo junto. Make some noise!
Thank you for having us.
This was super fun, guys. Thank you so much for being with me. I will play another little piece of Zila while we say bye to our folks here tonight. Valeu, galera. Grande abraço, hein? Tamo junto. Tamo junto, SF. Tonight, we had Quarteto Jacare. Jazzy Brazilian music based in the Bay Area. Rocking around the world. I will see you soon. Okay? Hold those horses. We'll be together soon. Tamo junto. Stay inside. Protect yourself. I will see you later. Take it easy, everyone. Tomorrow. All right, guys. We're off the air. E aí, galera? Tamo junto aí, ó. We're back.
Yeah, bro.
Valeu. Foi demais. Uhul.